Chapter 26. The Hitchin of the Song of the Earth. Come the crack of dawn, when the sun was just peeking over them Tularosa Valley mountains like a shy young'un, the whole world was hushed up. Nary a sound but the birds a-chirpin' soft, like they knowed something big was brewin'. A new knot in the great rope of life. Out from Gomez's tent stepped she who smiles, head up high like a queen, eyes calm as a still pond. She'd said yes to the marrying proposal, and the news had spread faster than a brush fire through the village. Today, the whole kit and caboodle of the Mescaleros was fixing together for a shindig, the likes of which you don't see every day. An honored gal was hitching her wagon to a mighty Chiricahua chief. Pasago Cabazon, he was decked out in white deerskin, pure as a preacher's conscience. On his forehead was a band woven with eagle feathers, and round his shoulders hung a cloak the women folk had stitched. Every thread a prayer, whispered quiet-like. His 20 warriors, all gussied up in their Sunday best, toted gifts, turquoise necklaces, tablets carved with spirits to keep trouble at bay, pots of deer fat, and blankets wove with signs of fate and hush. When they lit that big old fire in the village square, Nego Yanni, Sigurado, Marcos, and them shamans got to tracing a holy circle with ashes round where the doings was to happen. Every step they took was matched by old songs, sung low and sweet, telling tales of grass growing under lovers' feet, deer giving their antlers for blessings, and the moon keeping watch over their spark. She who smiles was a sight, dressed in a soft leather gown white as milk, strung with blue and yeller beads. Her hair was plaited in 2 long pigtails, each sporting a hawk feather, tribute to her paw, Lightfoot, who fell in a fight long ago. Round her neck was a yucca bracelet, now tied with a red string, marking her as a woman ready to weave the tribe's story. The women folks sang round her, an old tune about the river gal who brings life, but also a touch of fire. When she stepped into that ash circle, the whole tribe went quiet as a church mouse. Pasago, he bowed his head, respectful like. Didn't lay a hand on her, no sir. He knelt, set his bow at her feet, then pulled out his bone knife, laid it on a stone and says slow and steady, "With you, I aim to hunt and bed down. With you, I reckon to die and rise again." Old Dilly-Ai, the wise healer, shuffled up, holding his staff all decked with eagle feathers. He drew 3 circles in the air, one for yesteryear, one for today, and one for dreams yet to come. Then he spoke, voice like a river over rocks. "As the moon trails the sun, so you'll trail one another. As the deer comes back to the spring, so you'll come back to love every day. As dreams guard the fire, so you'll guard each other, in peace or in scrapes." After the blessing, the 2 stepped into that ash circle hand in hand. The elders dropped corn kernels and a fistful of dirt in their palms, signs of plenty and roots. Then they doused the big fire with water, showing the new flame to burn in their tent. Come evening, with drums beatin' and war songs ringin', the tribe danced round little fires till the stars was high. The desert wind carried the smell of roasted meat, sweet tobacco, and pine. In a corner old DeLeon sat by his lonesome, staring at the tent where the gal had stepped with her new name, she who walks with thunder. He grinned, knowing their world was changin', but some roots dig deep, even in the driest sand. From Gomez and his missus, her adopted kin, she got a blanket wove with birch bark thread and wool dyed in colors that meant something. Red for life's fire, yeller for the sun, black for death beat back, and white for peace of the soul. In one corner, Gomez's wife, with trembling old fingers, had stitched a horse with a bird over it, protection and freedom, plain as day. They also give her 3 Mustangs, each 3 years old, making 9 years total, and 9's a sacred number to them Apaches. Every family in the tribe brung what they held dear, a painted rock, a hand-stitched cloth, a coyote tooth necklace, a new mat, sacks of healing herbs, yucca soaps, even a bison hide painted with a sun rising over the mountains. Each gift came with a little song, a whisper of good wishes. DeLeon come last. From a pouch he pulled a leather bag with ashes from the wedding fire. With them gnarled fingers he drew 3 lines on her forehead, saying, "This here's the memory of your kin. Wherever you roam, your blood's tied to these mountains, the wind, and this land." Then he handed her a cedar box, small as a biscuit tin. Inside was a bird-shaped amulet, real feathers stuck in the wood, so your spirit don't never tire in its flight, he says. Next morning, Pasago and his 20 warriors set She Who Smiles on the finest Mustang from Gomez, a white mare with eyes black as coal. She was wrapped in them ceremonial blankets, beads shining like stars. The whole crew set off, quiet as a funeral, crossing deserts, scraggly woods, and red rocks glowing like the setting sun. On the trail, She Who Smiles watched the stars and listened to the warriors' songs. One night, a young feller named Asheye told her about an owl that come out of nowhere and saved their tribe from a Mexican ambush. With every tale she saw her new folks wasn't just fighters, but folks who held tight to nature's signs. Coming to the Chiricahua camp. As they neared the Chiricahua camp, drums echoed up from the valley like a heartbeat. Women poked their heads out of tents, curious-like. Elders had their faces painted solemn. Young'uns ran every which way. Pasago's first wife, a Chile, a tall, fierce gal, stepped up with her sister. She didn't look tickled pink, but she weren't mean neither. Her eyes sized up the new gal like a hawk spotting a rabbit. Pasago slid off his horse and raised a hand. I come with a gift and a promise. Today I tie my fate with a mescalero daughter. Chile walked up to She Who Smiles, took her hand and turned it to the light. In a low voice she says, Let's see if them hands is tough from work or soft like a posy. Work, not purtiness, keeps a home standing. The gal smiled like always, but kept her trap shut. She let a Chile hold her hand. Chile took a deep breath and says, Maybe the sun sent 2 women for this man, not just one. We'll see what the spirits want. The welcome was done. Chile led her to their tent, showed her where she'd sleep and what to fix for supper. That night the whole tribe sang. Fires blazed, elders spun yarns, and warriors danced for honor. Pasago sat twixt his 2 wives, and She Who Smiles looked at the stars. She thought of Dueone, her old tent, a river that wet her feet. But her smile stayed put. The stars kept watch, and her story was just beginning.
To the Mescalero land in 41's hot sun, a wanted man from Hannibal with nowhere left to run. Old Gorman stood like a mountain, eyes wise as the